Presented to you by David Wolchko and Julio Martinez. 1, 2.
Humans have been long gazed towards the heavens, searching to put meaning and order to the universe around them. Although the movement of the constellations, patterns imprinted on the night sky, were the easiest to track, other celestial events such as eclipses and the motion of the planets were also charted and predicted. Ultimately, astronomy is a natural science that studies celestial objects and phenomena. It applies mathematics, physics, and chemistry in an effort to explain the origin of those objects and phenomena and their evolution.
As women tried to gain equality as citizens, they also tried to gain equality as professionals. For example, it wasn't till the late 19th century and the early 20th century that women started getting acceptance on the astronomy field. Astronomy was a field that was dominated by the men at the time. After astronomers had studied the planets and our entire solar system, they started to focus their attention on the stars and galaxies. The study of the stars and galaxies required a more complex system to be organized, and classifications within the different types of findings. Photography gave astronomers a new way to keep a permanent record on the stars. So women were used to classify thousands of images of stars on photographic plates. The pay was low and the work was repetitive and routinely. Women were called the Harvard computers because they did all the classifications on stars.
Philip Cooper, a lieutenant orderly, who was an electrical engineer who worked at Bell Telephone. Rosa Applebaum Cooper, of Bessarabia origin, who also worked at Bell until their marriage. Vera Rubin was then born, the younger daughter of Jewish immigrants, Philip and Rose Cooper, on July 23, 1928, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At the age of 10, she and her family moved to Washington, D.C. in 1938, where 10-year-old Vera developed an interest in astronomy, watching the stars from her window, as her father accepted a job offer there. She graduated from Calvin College High School and went on to receive her BA from Vassar College. She obtained her MA from Cornell University and her PhD from Georgetown University.
Beginning her academic career as the sole undergraduate in astronomy at Vassar College, she earned her bachelor's degree in astronomy in 1948, the only graduate in astronomy that year. She attempted to enroll in a graduate program at Princeton, but Princeton did not accept women. Princeton would not accept women as astronomy graduate students for another 27 years. She proceeded to enroll at Cornell University, and Rubin went on to graduate studies at Cornell University and earn a master's degree in 1951. Rubin studied for her PhD at Georgetown University, the only university in Washington, D.C. that offered a graduate degree in astronomy.
Vera Rubin was an American astronomer who studied the rotation rates of galaxies. Furthermore, studying galactic rotation curves, she discovered the discrepancy between the predicted angular motion of galaxies and the observed motions. This anomaly became known as the galaxy's rotation problem and was indicative of the existence of dark matter. Vera Rubin's findings initially were saw with skepticism, but her results were confirmed over subsequent decades. According to the New York Times, Vera Rubin's legacy was labeled as ushering in Copernican scale change. In cosmological theory, during her life, Vera Rubin campaigned for women in science and was known for her mentorship of aspiring women astronomers. Her measurements presented some of the first evidence for dark matter, which had been theorized by Friedrich Zwicky in the 1930s.
At Montgomery County Community College, Rubin worked as mathematics and physics instructor for a year, and at Georgetown University, she worked from 1955 to 1965 as a research associate astronomer. Lecturer 1959 to 1962. At the same organization, she was lecturer assistant professor of astronomy from 1962 to 1965. And in 1965, she joined the Carnegie Institute as a staff member in the Department of Terrestrial Magnetism. In 1963 at the McDonald Observatory. She made her first observation of the rotation of galaxies on a 62-inch telescope. There was during a year of collaboration of Geoffrey and Margaret Birdridge. In 1965, during her work at the Carnegie Institute, Rubin applied to observe at the Pulmonar Observatory. Despite the fact that the building did not have facilities for women, she created her own women's restroom, sidestepping the lack of facilities available for women, as she became the first female astronomer to observe at the Institute. 2.
When Rubin was elected to the National Academy of Science, she became the second woman astronomer in his rank, after her colleague Margaret Burbidge. Rubin never won the Nobel Prize, though physicists such as Lisa Randall and Emily Lebesky have argued that this was an oversight. She was described by Sandra Ferber and Netta Bacall as one of the astronomers who paved the way for other women in the field, as a guiding light for those who wish to have families and careers in astronomy. Rebecca Oppenheimer also recalled Rubin's mentorship as important to her early career. Rubin died on the night of December 25, 2016, of complications associated with dementia. The president of Carnegie Institution, where she performed the bulk of her work and research, called her a national treasure. The American Astronomical Society has named his Division of Dynamical Astronomy Early Career Award after Rubin.
From 1948 until his death in 2008, she was married to Robert Rubin. Rubin became a mother during her graduate studies at Cornell and continued to work on her research while raising her young children. Motivated by her own battle to gain credibility as a woman in a field dominated by male astronomers, Rubin encouraged girls interested in investigating the universe to pursue their dreams. She faced discouraging comments on her choice of study throughout her life, but persevered, supported by family and colleagues. In addition to astronomy, Rubin was a force by greater recognition of women in the sciences and for scientific literacy. She and Birdridge advocated together for more women in the National Academy of Science, on review panels and in academic researches. She said that despite her struggles with the NAS, she continued to be dissatisfied with the number of women who are elected each year and called it the saddest part of her life.
My life has been an interesting voyage. I became an astronomer because I could not imagine living on Earth and not trying to understand how the universe works. My scientific career has revolved around observing the motion of the stars between galaxies and the motion of the galaxies between the universe. In 1965, if you were very lucky and interested in using telescopes, you could walk into a research laboratory that was building instruments that reduced exposure times by a factor of 10 and it ended up making remarkable discoveries. Women generally require more luck and perseverance than men did. It helps to have supportive parents and supportive husbands.